上一次啦，我哋試呢個 B&W 嘅 705S3 Signature 呢一對喇叭嘅時候咧，當時我已經預告過啦，今個月咧將會有好多 B&W 相關嘅報導咧，同埋專題嘅內容啦，會送俾大家嘅。咁而當中咧最重頭戲咧就係咧，我哋今次嚟到呢一間咧就係 B&W 咧喺珠海嘅生產基地。咁呢一個生產基地啦，最主要做嘅產品就包括咗佢哋嘅 Formation 系列啦、700系列啦、600系列啦，以至佢哋嘅超低音喇叭同埋咧腳架等等嘅產品咧，都喺呢一間廠度咧一條龍咁樣生產嘅。咁點解會講話係一條龍咧？咁因為咧連呢啲喇叭嘅單元啦，其實咧都可以喺呢一間廠度咧做到嘅。咁所以咧由單元嘅生產、裝嵌去到 packing 咁同埋出貨啊，咁嘅全倉啊，咁全部都可以喺呢一度做到晒啊！咁啊今日咧就非常之榮幸嚟到呢一度，同埋咧喺呢一間廠見到嘅東西啦，將會咧係非常之深入同埋非常之 detail 啊！咁如果大家啦想知道 B&W 嘅喇叭究竟點樣去誕生嘅話，咁呢一條片咧就可以將所有秘密咧完全公開啦！咁今次啦，我哋參觀啦，其實咧就係 B&W 呢一個品牌咧，位於珠海保稅區恆利工業園裏邊嘅廠房啊。咁成個參觀咧，大致可以分為咧3部分。咁首先咧就係廠長啦 Andy Broad 為我哋咧簡介呢一間廠房。然後咧就係參觀整個工廠嘅生產線，最後咧亦都係我哋咧就會同呢個 Andy 咧做個專訪，進一步了解咧呢一間廠房，以至咧 B&W 品牌嘅未來發展啊！咁講起廠長 Andy 啦，其實咧佢就早於1988年啦已經入職 B&W 噶啦，現時咧亦都係我哋咧參觀嘅珠海工廠嘅廠長。喺18年之前啦，亦都係咧2006年。B&W 咧就正式喺珠海呢一個地方咧成立佢哋嘅生產工廠嘅，而事隔10年之後啦，珠海工廠咧就正式遷移到而家呢一個佔地26,400平方米，擁有咧多達222名員工嘅廠房，但係其實咧兩者咧只係相差500米嘅距離啫。但係呢一間新嘅廠房啦，喺生產區域上邊就增加咗咧足足100%啊！而佢哋工廠咧亦都秉承住咧一個宗旨，就係咧 quality first， 一切啦以質素行先。而 Andy 咧亦都繼續指出咧，而家珠海工廠生產嘅產品咧就可以話係800系列，以至鸚鵡螺之外咧，所有主要嘅 B&W 喇叭啦。成間工廠嘅生產線咧，亦都多達咧22條，當中包括咗咧2019年正式投產嘅 Formation 系列。佢話呢一個系列咧就足足用咗咧5年時間去開發，亦都係佢哋咧而家其中一個咧重點生產嘅產品。而其他產品啦，例如被動式喇叭600系列、700系列、戶外喇叭 AM1、超低音喇叭以至腳架產品，都會係咧呢一間工廠入面生產，而且仲會係咧由單元嘅組裝去到成品咧一條龍咁樣去做啊！而呢一個咧亦都係咧佢哋認為 B&W 喇叭而家屬於業界頂尖嘅原因，所有過程啦全程掌控同埋咧一絲不苟啊！咁喺 Andy 簡介完工廠嘅背景之後啦，我哋咧就正式去開始參觀成個廠房唔同嘅生產線啦。咁非常之意想唔到嘅係咧，今次我哋參觀呢一個廠房，除咗可以用眼去睇之外咧，仲可以咧全面咁樣去做拍攝啊！係講緊咧由單元去到喇叭分音器嘅組裝咧，我哋都係咧全程任睇任拍啊！基本上可以話咧完全冇秘密可言啊！亦都可以證明啦 ，B&W 呢個品牌咧對呢一間廠房嘅絕對信任，完全唔擔心啦有乜嘢咧會公諸於世啊！咁呢一個廠房咧簡單嚟講咧可以分為3大部分，分別係咧 Active Factory、Passive Factory 同埋呢個 QA Lab 啊。後者咧就係品質控制實驗室。咁先講 Active 嘅 Factory 啦，顧名思義咧就係咧做一個內置擴音線路嘅主動式產品，亦都即係咧 Formation 系列啦。咁呢度嘅生產線啦，就由分頻器嘅零件嘅焊接、黏接同埋呢個清潔、組裝電源同埋 WiFi 線路板，去到成品組裝同埋測試咧，都會喺晒呢一間廠房度進行啦。 咁而且過程之中啦，仲會咧不斷由專人做檢測，確保每個生產步驟完成之後咧，組件啦都係達到咧合格嘅水平，然後咧先繼續下一個製作步驟，亦令到咧之後如果遇到任何問題咧，都可以有跡可尋啦。咁至於 passive 嘅 factory 啦，就自然係咧 BMW 核心業務無源喇叭嘅生產重要基地啦。而呢一個地方咧，亦都係咧另一個樓層之中啊。咁參觀當日咧，就見到生產線運作咧，就有 AM1 嘅戶外喇叭啦，607S3 嘅細書架，同埋 702S3 嘅大座地喇叭，同埋 805D4 嘅個架。咁而無論做緊嘅係邊一款型號都好啦，實際上做嘅都係外觀檢查同埋打磨、組裝單元、導波器、喇叭接觸板同埋分音器，然後咧就係做呢個喇叭單元嘅測試，最後咧就係清潔包裝入箱啊。咁對待600系列、700系列定係 Formation 系列啦，其實成個生產要求咧都係一模一樣嘅，咁確保 BMW 嘅產品啊可以保持到咧同一個製作水平啦。而去到 QA Lab 入面啦，除咗有基本嘅使用壽命同埋耐用度測試儀器之外咧，佢哋亦都會啦模擬唔同嘅極端環境，例如極凍、極濕或者呢個鹽霧等等咧去做測試，咁確保咧佢哋自己嘅產品唔會因此而出現問題啊。而其他比較特別嘅啦，仲有咧 UV 紫外光嘅測試箱，去檢測一下啦，唔同素材喺長時間紫外光照射之下咧，會唔會出現變色嘅問題？又或者咧震動、傾斜、墜落等等嘅測試，去諗方法啦，應對啦唔同意外發生之下咧會出現嘅情況啦。咁然後咧，最後參觀咧，亦都係咧個人原本覺得最神秘，但係咧最後又俾我哋咧可以巨細無遺咁樣拍低嘅單元組裝過程啦。咁啱啱講嘅幾個喇叭系列啦，其實佢哋嘅單元咧，亦都會喺呢一間廠房進行組裝嘅。咁仲要係咧由零件嘅沖瓷啊、落膠水啊、黏合呢個導磁柱同埋磁鐵、黏合呢個彈波同埋音圈、安裝音盤等等嘅步驟咧，都係由呢度咧嘅工人分工咁樣去進行嘅。每個步驟嘅分工咧，其實咧都非常之仔細㗎。咁而且咧，除咗好似落膠水呢啲比較講求位置同埋份量精準，會用到咧自動化嘅機器之外咧，其他嘅組裝嘅步驟咧都係咧用人手去進行為主嘅，亦都可以話係咧比較意料之外啦。咁但係咧細心去觀察整個過程咧，其實咧都十分之嚴謹嘅，而且所有工人咧都可以話係咧已經係非常之熟練啦。咁確保出嚟嘅單元製作質素咧可以達到品牌嘅要求，亦都係 Andy 啦喺呢個歡迎詞裏邊咧曾經講過咧 BMW 呢一個品牌為發燒友帶嚟高質素聲音嘅起始之點啦。咁然參觀完成個廠房之後啦，我亦都有呢幾個問題想問下廠長 Andy 啊。咁究竟佢有啲咩回憶呢？而家即刻睇下啦。
Okay, my name's Andy Board. I've worked for Bowers & Wilkins since 1988, and I originally started on the production line. So I worked my way up through the ranks, as we say, and been in China since 2006. This will be the 18th year. So I came to China to actually set the factory up, the Bowers & Wilkins plant, and been here ever since. I often get asked that question, and there's very little difference apart from culture. So what we did when we came to China, and what we continually do, is we share the best of both worlds. So we look at best practice manufacturing in China, best practice manufacturing in the UK, and we share. So a lot of the processes we have here have come from the UK, and vice versa. A lot of our best practice we've given to the UK, and they've implemented it in that factory. So the two factories are like a mirror image of each other. The same processes, the same procedures. The only difference is one's in China, one's in the UK. Wow. Unforgettable moment. The most unforgettable moment was the very first time we opened this factory. That to me was I'd accomplished a mission. When we were told for the very first time that there was a consideration, people felt that quality would be affected by us manufacturing in China. And for the very first time, we had a dealer meeting, so all the APAC dealers were together, and they actually said that they see absolutely zero effect on quality. So that to me meant that myself and my team had achieved our goal, which was to ensure moving production, some production from the UK to China, that there would be no impact to our customers. I guess that is the biggest achievement for my personal career. Yes, is a very simple answer. Massimo's philosophy is all about improving people's lives. Bowers & Wilkins' philosophy is always about making the perfect sound, or making it sound as the artist intended it to sound. So the two companies together, one company that wants to improve lives, another one that we already believe we're improving lives, can only mean a double positive. Our new owner, Mr. Joe Kiani, is 100% behind the brand. It's not just a matter of buying an umbrella of audio companies. He seriously believes in all of the brands, including Bowers. It's my favorite. I'm going to be slightly biased because I'm obviously the general manager of the Zhuhai plant, so I would be slightly biased. And you'd expect me to say 800 series, I know, and everybody would expect me to say that, but I always believe it depends obviously on the size of your room, your equipment, etc. It's not the biggest is the best unless the room suits the product. Mine would actually be the Signature 700 series. I think as a product it's been crafted at magnificently high quality standard and sounds exceptional. So it'd be the Signature 700 series. Yeah, for sure it's more about wearables now. I think the old times of all of these big square speakers it's not going away, but that part of the market is not a growing market. It's a sustainable market, but it's not necessarily a growing market. The growing market is wearables. So many more people have the opportunity. You know, you walk around, you see teenagers now wearing Bowers & Wilkins headphones. That was never the original intention, but thankfully that's what's happening. People want to listen to music on the move. They don't want to just be sitting at home like audiophiles listening to music. They want it all the time, constant. So on the move. So yeah, wearables is probably the biggest growing market. It's one that Bowers & Wilkins are taking very serious. So we've launched some tremendous headphones over the years. That's only going to get better. Well, it's just amazing. I remember, I think it was about 10 years ago, David Beckham was actually pictured wearing a pair of P5s, our very old wired headphones, and he was exiting an airport or something, and he's always been a fan of Bowers & Wilkins. So for us, with David now being an ambassador, I just think it's totally amazing. The guy's amazing. He was a tremendous football player. Obviously his wife being connected to music, and David actually himself says music is his passion, and Bowers is a big part of his musical experience. So it can only be good. There can't be anything wrong with David Beckham wearing your headphones. Yeah. I think also what's really important is that it is David Beckham. It's not a young up and coming superstar. It's not an old superstar that's on his way out. It's somebody that's there for all ages. And I think all ages can appeal to David, and David appeals to all ages and both sexes. So I think it's fantastic, and it will be a great partnership going forward.
好啦，咁啊，今次 BMW 珠海廠房嘅參觀片啦，就大上講到呢一度啦。中意我哋拍片嘅朋友俾個 like 咪訂 channel 去撳訂閱，咁一訂閱之後咧，撳埋有邊個鐘仔，我哋有新片咧就會通知大家噶啦。咁今次啦係我第一次去參觀呢一個喇叭嘅工廠啦，咁都係咧可以話大開眼界啊！咁唔知道大家覺得呢一個工廠嘅 visit 啦嘅片引唔引起到大家嘅興趣咧？都不妨可以留言嗰度咧同我哋講翻啊！咁今日咧呢條片大致上嚟到呢一度啦，下條片再見，拜拜。